One.
So where you fit in. And so, me being just a normal Aussie, I just want to make a difference to that one.
John Porter looks after NightLight Outreach. They're a service here in Beenleigh tonight at the railway station. They're going to be providing meals to many, many people this evening. What's some of the key misunderstandings people have when they see someone on the street?
Over the years, I've heard a lot of people say, well, they're just drug addicts, they're just alcoholics. They probably did something wrong and that's why they're there. Out of all the time that I've met people, around about 80% of people become homeless because of a marriage breakdown, relationship breakdown, job loss, and when they're on the streets, they start to hit the alcohol and the drugs because they're scared, they're fearful, and they just want to take the edge off. So that's what they do. And, I've met some amazing people on the streets where you just sit down and just listen to them, and they can tell you some amazing stories. I've learned so much from my friends on the street. So,
how close are all of us from life on the streets, do you think?
Reality, probably 95% of us have one paycheck. Because, sickness can come in, mental illness can come in, job loss, whatever it is, I had a friend ring me today in Melbourne and he's so overwhelmed because his father died yesterday. And that's how simple it can be because we don't know what to expect. It's not something we expect. And then when it happens, we don't know how to handle it. So, that's where we can hopefully help out.
I'm guessing you're an incredibly optimistic person. You seem to have a very positive nature around you, but this would be a tough situation. You must meet people who you have an emotional response to. How do you cope? How do you make sure that you've got mechanisms around you so that you can keep on coming back?
Well, that's the secret key. The secret key is Jesus in my life because he's my very best friend. He's never too busy for me. I tell him my darkest, deepest secrets. He never judges me. He never condemns me. He never runs me down. And so that's how I deal with my stuff. And we run a men's group called The Resistance, teaching men what it is to be a man and teaching them that how to handle things, not to drink alcohol, like we can all have a drink, but not to go and get drunk and deal with drugs and bad behaviour. There's other ways of dealing with emotional things in your past, current and in the future.
Do you ever face people raising their eyebrows a bit about your fervour and your belief? And if so, what do you tell them, or does it bother you at all?
It doesn't bother me because I'm a walking testimony about how good God is. It's not for everybody. I've got a lot of really good mates who knew me before I was a Christian, and now they see the difference and they're like, wow, something very weird's happened here. So, but the thing is, when you give everything to God, you've got nothing to lose. And there's an old saying that when you put Jesus first, you'll never be second. And I've never done without. So, and when I come across people who are doing it a bit tough, I just listen to them. Just let them pour their heart and their problems out, and I listen to it. And I say, hey, is it okay if I pray with you? And I've only been told once in 17 years, no. And then at the end of the chat, he said, oh, you might as well anyway, because he's got nothing to lose, has he?
Does society have a problem with listening, John?
I don't think they have a problem with listening. I think a lot of people have an attitude problem because we all have our own opinions, but our opinions are based on our life's experiences. And so we all have our own opinions, but unfortunately a lot of people, they just, I don't want this God thing, because they think they've got to go to church, they think they've got to do this, they've got to do that. Religion sets rules, but Jesus sets free. And it's just such an important thing that when you have a relationship with God, super powerful. So,
what's on the menu tonight? What are you going to be serving up?
We've got our really good famous barbecue with onions and sausages and fresh bread straight from the bakery. We've got some other little desserts and stuff. We've got berry crumble and custard. Yeah. We've got pumpkin soup. We've got fried rice. We've got spaghetti bolognese, and we've got about 2 or 3 other dishes too. So we put on something for everybody.
Well, changing people's lives, John. I can see the tables are already pretty full, actually, as we speak. So I better let you get back to it, mate. Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.
Rob Mailer, out and about on the streets around Beenleigh Station
On Thursday night, there's a yellow-looking van there, apparently. It's called the NightLight Outreach. And Rob Mailer there was speaking with a bloke by the name of John Porter.